We love to help you plan fun things to do around town, and so often when you live in a place, you don't think about taking advantage of kind of the quote touristy things to do. But Jacqueline Lewis is back on the show with us from Ruby Falls, and if you've not been in a while, you should go.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Julie. Great to see you.
And actually now is a great time to go because A, it's not as touristy.
It's true.
And B, it's always the same temperature in the cavern.
Right.
So the weather doesn't matter.
Right, yes. So this is January and February are our slowest months of the year. So it's a great time to visit. You're not going to have all the crowds that you see during the summertime or spring break. Whenever families with school-age children are traveling, we're going to be more crowded. So now's the perfect time to visit. Any of our cave adventures are guided group tours, and your tour group size will likely be much smaller this time of year, so it's just a better experience.
When you say any of our cave adventures, that means that you're not necessarily just doing the traditional tour?
That's true, yes. We have our traditional cave walk, which is very popular, but then we have specialty tours for people who want something a little different. We have lantern tours after hours.
Oh, you're still doing those?
We still are, yeah.
Okay.
We do those on Friday nights. We have gentle walking tours, which are tours through the caverns at a very gentle pace. So it's a great opportunity for those who really want to take their time and learn more about the caverns and its history and geology.
You and I were talking a little bit about how pretty January turned out to be,
Yeah.
and both of us commenting on how we had enjoyed the snow. And but you had said that you're a person like so many who you kind of go, 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 go. So it was good to have that opportunity to pause.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are that way, and yet you kind of can get into a rut in your life, or you
True.
feel like there's no time for anything fun. If you're a local, going to Ruby Falls is just an hour or two out of your day.
It's true, and this time of year, as you mentioned, it's a great time because if it's chilly outside, but you want to get out and do something but not be in the cold, our caverns naturally stay 60 degrees all year long, so you don't have to wear your winter coat. It's very comfortable down there. It's a nice reprieve from the winter weather.
And you can kind of play tourist if you want to, though, because on your way up, I can't think now on the Cummings Highway side, but certainly on the Ox Highway side, yeah, not too far from Ruby Falls, there's a lookout section, right?
Yes.
Where you can go and take a view
Right.
of
Yes.
the scene from there on the mountain. And
Yeah.
when it's winter and everything is bare, it's a very different
It's
view.
cool, yeah, it's beautiful. And right now during our quiet season, it's not gonna, you won't have to share the view with other people as much. You can really take your time and really take in that view.
You also had told me when we were talking at the end of 2024, I remember you had said if you're coming up, don't discount staying long enough to eat.
Right,
Because you've changed things up a little bit.
We have, yeah. Lee Essery is over our Castle Cafe, and he has done a phenomenal job. He has been introducing seasonal dishes and really just upping the quality, and it's a wonderful dining experience. And this time of year, it's especially nice because we have like a large limestone fireplace with a fire inside.
Oh, nice.
It's original to the castle, so from 1929. And it's just a very cozy atmosphere. And once again, it's not crowded. So even if you don't want to explore the caverns, but you want to go someplace different, that's not too long of a drive and have a meal or a beverage, it's a good place.
So you dangled a carrot, and that was, for me anyway, the fireplace being original to the castle from
Yes.
1929. We've got 2 or 3 minutes left. Can you give us a little brief history of the castle?
Yeah, so the castle was built in 1929 from limestone that was pulled out of the cavern when they excavated the elevator shaft and made the cavern trail. So it's all made from Lookout Mountain limestone, which already is kind of fascinating and beautiful and unique. The space where the Castle Cafe is, that space originally had ballroom dances and it had a tea room. And it was really a gathering place for Chattanoogan's back in the 30s.
Really?
Yeah. A few years ago, we restored that whole area, including taking that fireplace and like cleaning it up and opening it up back to its original state. So it's a really beautiful space when you walk in. I mean, it's a castle, so you don't have a lot of opportunities to visit a castle.
Right. So it was never intended to be a residence for anybody. It was
No.
always used for events to come and the community to gather.
Yes, true.
Wow.
Yeah.
So remind us too, because it's part of the miracle of the story, I think. We could easily be here and going right past Ruby Falls and not even know it was underneath our feet, were it not for a mistake that was made.
Yes,
right?
true.
Essentially.
Yes, definitely. Leo Lambert is the gentleman who discovered Ruby Falls Caverns. It's a cavern, so there's no natural entrance. But what he was really trying to do is open up the cave below Ruby Falls Caverns, which is Lookout Mountain Cave. He was trying to open that cave up for tourism, and while he was excavating down into the mountain to do that, he accidentally stumbled across this other opening, which led him to the gorgeous waterfall that we all know today.
So does that mean that until he walked it, nobody had?
As far as we know.
Because you couldn't access it
Correct.
otherwise.
Yes.
Can you imagine having been the first ones to walk through? Because
yeah.
that's, even though it's totally safe, and it's really a cave and a cavern is always controlled air and all that kind of thing, that would still be kind of scary to have been the first.
100%, 100%.
Okay, well, you're not going to be the first, but you can be the next. If you want to go and take a tour at Ruby Falls, here's the information for where you can buy your tickets ahead of time if you want to, rubyfalls.com. It's a great thing to do for a fun date. Go with some friends, maybe a church group, go, and think about that lantern tour. That would be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.